That's what being is. So being is used to say that something happens repeated, that something is like a certain way repeatedly or continually. Okay? So, usually in English, if you don't, or in general in English, if you don't have any other word in the Irish, you can maybe think of putting the word usually in, and it helps you distinguish between ta and being. Okay? So, being shefur means it is usually cold. Okay? Being shefur. All right? And it is not usually cold. Ni being shefur. Okay?
That can be used for anything or anybody.
Yeah, you can use the it wouldn't make sense, like you couldn't really say being Sean Ard, John just be tall, because it's not, he doesn't change, he's not tall one day and short another day, you know. You can say, you know, being you can say being okras air, he is hungry, he tends to be hungry. Okay? Right. Okay? So Nivi and Shefur, it is not usually cold. Okay? The question is an mian shake. So an mian shefur, is it usually cold? An mian shefur. And the negative question, nach mian shefur. Okay? And again, as with ta, if you want to answer the question, you answer back as if you're starting off a statement. So the yes to an unmian question is bien. And no is nivian. Okay? So, unmian shefur is San Diego. Nivian. So, unmian shefur, does it be usually? Fur is San Diego, cold in San Diego? And the answer is nivian. It is not usually cold. Okay? Unmian shefur sa yivra in Erin, does it be cold in Ireland in the winter? Bien. Okay? So, you can say, you can use with teen is unmian napashchi teen. Do the kids tend to be sick? You know, some people have kids who would say bien, and some would say nivian, but it depends on your kids. But okay, so you can use it for things that can happen over and over again, or for things that are a general state of things. Okay, as opposed to ta, where you're just talking about right now. Okay, and you have to use the appropriate one, or else it sounds funny in Irish. Okay. So, next one is the past tense, okay? And that is, okay, and this one changes around quite a bit, okay? So, this is used to say about what happened sometime in the past, and technically it's used for just a one-time occurrence, okay? So there's another form that you use to talk about how things used to be. Okay, we're not going to get into that tonight, it's a little bit less used. But this is past tense, or in Irish, emshirchacha. And to say it was cold, you say vi shefur. Okay, vi shefur, it was cold. And you want to say it was not cold, the negative form is nirev, so nirev shefur. And question, was it cold? Unrev, so unrev shefur. And wasn't it cold? Nachrev shefur. Okay, and again you answer the questions with negative statements, positive and negative statements. So someone asks you a question with unrev, no matter what the question is, the answer is going to start off either V or nirev. Okay? Alright, so I can say unrev shefur in you. So was it cold today? Nirev. Unrev shefluch in you. Was it wet today? Nirev. Unrev sheche in you. V, so it was, okay? So, now, why don't we just work with these a little bit, okay? So let's do a few more questions. So, let's say, so, an wilshe fluch anish. So, an wilshe fluch anish, is it wet now? Neil. Okay, you can say Neil tashatirim. So no, it's dry. Okay, all right. Okay, I guess that's it. An Reb Shifloch An Rev Shifluchanya. Was it? Nirev. Okay. An Mian Shifluch Sasaura is San Diego. So does it be wet in the summer in San Diego? Nivian. Okay. So Unmian is a question. Does something normally happen? Nivian is the answer. No. Okay. I will come up with some more time words in a little bit here that we'll look to add in with these. Okay. How about an mian shiv and shaw gachshachten? So do you all be here every week? Being. Okay, so I'm asking, this is a habit. An mian shiv and shaw gachshachten. Are you here every week? Being. Okay. All right. Unwill and board fada. So is the table long? Ta. Okay. Tasha fada. Unwill and board yar. Okay. Unwill and board sho yar. So is this table short ta? Okay. Right, so the important thing is to pay attention to which word you're in and then which one you have to answer with, okay? Now, let's go on to sentence 23, and that's the future, okay, and to say will be. And the form for that is bay, so it will be called bay shefur. Okay, so you might say bay shefur anocht, it will be cold tonight. Okay, or more likely here, Nive shefur anocht, it won't be cold tonight. Nive shefur. Okay? And if you want to ask a question, it's unmay. So unmay shefur. Good question to ask if you're going to Ireland in the winter, right? Unmay shefur or unmay shefluch. Will it be wet? Okay? And won't it be nachmay? So nachmay shefur. Any answer with either bay or nive? Okay, so an meisha fluch anocht will be wet tonight. Nive. Okay. An meisha ansho and chapten chahugan. So will you all be here next week? Bay. Okay. Say lakun of J August Shinslan with God's help and us healthy is a normal thing you add in Irish. Okay.
How do you say that again, that part?
Yeah, which is, yeah, you can't be too positive about things, so you have to say,
J,
you have some variants on these too. So Lakun of J with the help of God, August Shinslan, and we healthy.
Yeah.
Okay?
Is the MH a V sound?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, don't be too positive about it. You have to kind of leave room. Okay. Let's go on to page 2. What we're going to do is cover a lot of grammar and we'll try to put it all together, okay? So, Lachanakado, over 15, number 29. Now, you can use ta in the various forms we've learned, ta and v and bay and bien, with the person's name, like ta Sean and show, so John is here, or with a thing like the potatoes are here, tana prati and show, okay? Tana prati and show. Or you can say the dog is here, tan madra and show, or tan kat and show, okay? Or tan kat sakhishin, cat is in the kitchen. So you can use either a name of a person, you can use a thing that you describe, okay?
Is that dog called
Madri,
Madri?
right. Okay? Or you can use a pronoun, meaning I, you, he, she, they, we, okay? So we're going to go through all the pronouns here and make sure everyone's familiar with them. So to say I am here, ha me and sho. You are here, ta tu and sho. He is here, ta she and sho. She is here, ta she and sho. We are here, ta mwij and sho. Ye are here, ta shiv and sho. And they are here, ta shiad and sho. So I might ask, and will Vicky and sho, is Vicky here? And if you want to say yes, she's here, you would say ta, she, and sho. Okay? So you wouldn't typically say ta, Vicky, and sho. You'd say ta, she, and sho. Okay? Or I might ask, and will Lexi and sho? Is Lexi here? And you might say Neil, she, and sho. And no, she isn't here tonight. Okay?